I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Welcome back to ATN Politics, and I have a bit of a surprise for you. With me here, also in the studio, is Mr. Amy Fiaha. I don't know if I said that right.
I'm going to give you a pass mark. My surname is customized.
Okay.
It takes people to take 1 or 2 lectures before.
Okay. Maybe after now, you just give me all the lecture.
Provided I'll be part of the lecture.
No, you won't be part of it.
Okay, good to have you. Thank you for joining us. Well, before I went on that break, we were talking about, Governor Fubara and his principal, Yesu Wike, and Tony Okocha, the APC chairman in Rivers State, has come to say, the recent actions of Governor Fubara is barefaced disrespect to President Tinubu and the peace pact that he signed, that the governor has reneged on the agreement. I'd like to have your opinion on that. Do you think that he's stalling in any way, looking at the 8-point agenda or peace pact that was signed?
First, we must understand the society we operate in. The presidency, the governors, the local government chairman or whatever, they are there because the constitution says so. In other words, we operate what they call constitutional democracy. In that constitution, every actions, powers, responsibilities, all are so defined and enshrined in the constitution. And our law say we operate what they call the federal system. We have federal, state, and the local government, 3 tiers of government. And in the constitution, it is stipulated that the powers and the responsibility of the federal government, that of the state and the local. So what am I trying to say here? That word disrespect is what I don't like. I don't like it. Because in our grown norm, there is no specific provision that says a governor of a state should be loyal or heed to whatever thing that the president of the Federal Republic says. In fact, there are separate government. What binds them together is section 1, subsection 1 of the Nigerian Constitution as altered, that says the law is supreme. And subsection 3 says every other law that contravenes this section, by the reason of that inconsistency, the federal law prevails. So by that, I don't see where it is written that Governor Fubara must implement whatever thing President Tinubu says, or any other governor in that matter. So there is no need for that word disrespect.
Well,
that is for that. They're going further. You see, our law also permit what they call out-of-court settlement. What happened with that 8-point resolution, peace pact, whatever name that is called, is what I see as elderly man, matured mind talk between 2 weary factions, and somebody must mediate for peace to reign. And that was the role President Tinubu played, mediating between 2 weary factions to ensure there is peace in Rivers State. And in that, it has to do with consent which was sought, and the other one has to do with discrepancy. You see, the people might agree to implement or might not accept to implement it. But based on the context of reality, whatever that was entered, in my view, was done to help Governor Fubara. And majority of the resolution there were done to favor and to save the seat of Governor Fubara, except the one that some people resigned according to them willingly, and they came back, and the rest. That is the only area I found as a gray. But every other resolution was done to help the governor, because Governor Fubara went on an illegal journey, several illegal journey. Our law is very explicit. So that action that must be carried out must be in congruence with the law. You can't have a man, proclaiming himself as a speaker, and you regard the person as a speaker. Where section 92, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution states how a person can emerge a speaker of the House of Assembly. And that process was not followed for Edis Ehie. That is why I always say Edis Ehie was never a speaker, is never a speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly, because the law does not recognize it. If you go further, subsection 2 paragraph C, stipulate how a speaker is removed from the assembly. And that process was not done.
Now,
meaning Amefule still remain the speaker.
So are you of the opinion that the budget should be represented to the Amehule-led assembly?
That worry doesn't even exist in my dictionary.
So to you, it was never presented.
See, Sinfubara has never presented 2024 appropriation bill to Rivers State Assembly. He has not. Because
So
by the law, EDC here is never a speaker, and Mievule remain the speaker. And people will cite section 109, paragraph G, and begin to laugh. Are we not in this country? That provision is not automatic. There is a role for a speaker to play. As long as that former speaker has never removed, it still remains. Take for an instance, people have begun to cite, it must be so according to Rivers Politics. It must be so, it's automatic. And I ask question, do we have just Rivers State in the Federal Republic of Nigeria? In 2022, when we were heading towards the 2023 election around June, people defected at the federal level. In fact, the then Senate leader, Yahya Abdullahi, representing Kebbi North, defected from the All Progressive Congress to PDP. What was the reason? That the manner in which the state congresses and the primary was conducted, that they were disenchanted. That was the reason. Then Adamu Aliero, representing Kebbi Central, also defected from APC to PDP. Then we have members of House of Reps and House of Assembly. About 8 of them put together defected from All Progressive Congress to PDP. They were there until the election was called. They never lost their seat. Because why? The Senate president then didn't proclaim their seat vacant. The Speaker House of Rep did not proclaim their seat vacant. So also the State Assembly. So does Rivers State alone exist in Nigeria? So why was it not automatic that the PDP so because you are here now, you've lost your seat. So therefore APC nominate other member or by election or whatever election should be conducted to replace these people? Is it because now it is they are leaving PDP to APC, so therefore they have lost their settlement? People should cite provisions of the law appropriately. And when you are trying to educate people, educate them in the manner that peace will be ensured. Not in the manner you incite the mind of people.
Okay. Distinguished Temple, what is your opinion? Let's start with the representation.
As far as I'm concerned, and the last time I checked, Edison here will never proclaim himself the speaker. A competent court of jurisdiction did that, recognized him. And sometimes I begin to laugh. When we talk about the issue of defection here, it is very much clear and obvious to us. And the reason stated, what was the bone of contention here within the parties? Let me use PDP Rivers State chapter as an instance. Were there issues within the confines of the party? The answer is no. So what can they lay claim that, oh, this is the wrangling within the party that they moved? We are all here in Rivers State. I don't know if you have maybe traveled to Gabon or you have not been around. Our governor said, the former governor, Chief Barrister E.N. Wike, always emphasized on that you cannot take away the mandate given to you by your party, and you think vote is transferable, and you think you can still retain your position. It is very much, see, it must not be, oh, when it suits you, although we have been citing, my colleague have been citing the sections of the constitution. It is so it's the same thing in the Christendom, where we always quote the Bible where it suits us. You go to the church. Some pastors will pick the portions of the Bible that suit them, and they will tell it to the people, and you see the people clapping their hand. But go into details. The law is, and no sections of the provision that is automatic. They all require due implementation.
Then how is EDC Hena a speaker? If, according to you, you said no provision of the law is automatic, meaning there are processes for implementing the law.
Exactly.
And that process is what I am stating here.
That is exactly what we are saying here now.
Court, that's something you need to understand. We are educating people. We are also communicating to people who are learned already. You see, Section 92 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, subsection 1 states, the speaker and the deputy speaker of a House of Assembly shall be elected from among themselves. In other words, the court has no jurisdiction in this matter. In other words, the court has no play or place in electing a speaker or deputy speaker in a House of Assembly. So how did ADC in the here become a speaker? He ran to the court, and let's get peace. Everybody that is watching should know this. The court in Rivers State never explicitly pronounced ADC here as a speaker. It is the interpretation of some persons who want to misinform and engage in political brouhaha that try to, to redefine the pronouncement of the court that ADC here is recognized as a speaker. No, the court simply say status quo should be maintained, meaning those who were speaker should be speaker, those who are leader should be leader until the determination of the court. And anything that has to do with such pronouncement expires by our legal system. It expires. As it stands now, ADC here participated in electing Martins Amehule in Rivers House of Assembly as a speaker. He participated, he voted. And the man himself was never removed according to subsection 2C. He was never removed. So at what time did ADC here become a speaker? And section 96, subsection 1 of the 1990 Constitution has amended, stipulates how the business of the house can be transacted. One, he said the number one condition is that you must form a quorum. You must form a quorum. ADC here, if you check, Rivers State House of Assembly has 32 member seats. One is late. Yes. What we have left is 31. So if you have to calculate to have a quorum is 10, between 10 and 11. So an ADC he only have 4 members with him. So they didn't even form quorum to sit before even thinking of determining election of speaker or whatever. The condition to elect a speaker must be ratified by 2/3 majority of the house. So at what time, number one, you didn't form quorum. Number two, you didn't have 2/3 members of the house. So at what time did you become a speaker? You proclaim yourself, you ran to court, and court simply say, let status quo be maintained. You came back in order to engage in political brouhaha, to deceive the innocent public. You now say you are not the speaker. And a governor who is elected by the law now went and submit a budget of a state as important as a budget, appropriation bill, to a 4 member of 32 member house, and that should be recognized. No, let us follow the law. And I'm not saying that, see, these people, number one, they didn't form quorum, their speakership, whatever is known and void in the eyes of the law, they are not recognized. Whatever business that the Governor Simfubara, His Excellency, transacted with this man is not known by our law. That is why I say rare is out of my dictionary, because Governor Simfubara has not presented 2024 appropriation bill to Rivers State House of Assembly. This is the issue. So if you now have a peace pact that say you should go and do this, and you House of Assembly, hold your sword. Don't fight yourself. The man is coming to do what is required by law. So what is that? Is that a bad thing? The mediator should be commended, and that peace pact should be commended, because it's an out of court settlement and a way to resolve the crisis between 2 brothers. I think they say father and son. That is what they say.
That is what the governor said.
So father and son. So the matter is father and son, and the person, an elder, now presided to resolve a matter that involves father and son. People should applaud that peace pact and applaud the mediator. This is the thing. Governor Simfubara knew that what they did was illegal in the eyes of the law. That was why ADC here hurriedly resigned from that place, because how will you now go back to the same house that you rebel against illegally or constitutionally? See, I'm always telling Nigeria, I love what he said, that when something suits you, you want to promote it, propagate it. And by that, this is why we are plunging Nigeria down the ladder of politics in the world. People are laughing at Rivers State. I tell you, if you leave this state to other places, people are laughing at Rivers State. What kind of politics is this? People are so concerned with 8-point peace resolution that was entered in order to resolve political crisis. And they have what they call perpetual court injunction that restrained Rivers people from inquiring into the how government expend state resources. Rivers elders, Rivers youth, Rivers people never bothered. This is a shame. It's a big shame to Rivers people. It's a slap. Of democratic act, you are not concerned.
Okay, so our focus here is, trying to see how, Tony Okocha arrived at the fact that he came out to say Governor Fubara is disrespecting President Tinubu. Now, I'd like us to briefly look at the number 8 of the peace pact that was signed that said there should not be a caretaker committee for local government in Rivers State. The dissolution of the local government administration is null and void and shall not be recognized. Please just give me a brief summary of the implication of this.
This thing is very even unnecessary in the first place. Why? Because Governor Sifubara was elected according to the provision of the law, isn't it? So he dissolving the third tier of government as recognized by is unconstitutional. There is nothing like caretaker in our constitution. Section 7 of the 1990 Constitution has amended stipulate who should run the affairs of the local government. It's a democratically elected chairman. Democratically elected.
If I may ask, when was the last time Rivers State conducted local government elections?
They have been conducted, whether kangaroo, whether...
So how did the caretaker committee, when did it come? When did it start in
Caretaker committee has been in existence. Even our former governor, Chief Barrister E.N. Wike, now the Minister of FCT, for over 2 years, before before the real local government election came in existence that was conducted in 2008, you make the use of those caretaker committee to run part of his first tenure. So what are we saying? What is the bone of contention here?
Does it mean that we should enthrone and celebrate legality because...
Are you also... We are talking about the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes, Section 7.
Go to Anambra State. This is past 10 good years. Anambra State has been run with caretaker committee.
That is the issue. Because even the caretaker issue started from the southeast, when we returned to democratic rule in 1999. It was from Imo. From Imo, he came to Anambra. Peter Obi came and strengthened that practice, that illegal practice. He never...
The bone of contention here. My governor is not disobeying anything as far as that 8-point agenda is concerned.
That is why he's reminded now never to dissolve.
He is not being reminded. He is not being reminded. Whatever my governor is doing, whatever he's doing is just to abide by that 8-point resolution. It's as simple as ABCD.
He should not dissolve the third tier of government.
Did he tell you and I that is dissolving them today?
No, I said that is
what prompted Mr. Tony Okocha telling Nigerians that my governor, Sam Fobara, is disobeying the 8-point resolution? That's
what we are trying to analyze, where the disrespect is coming from. Okay, so now the thing is, this issue of local government, it has been, I don't think the present governor started it. Okay, it has been a phenomenal.
The local government is seen as the elected chairman are seen as working.
Okay, so, but has in any way,
the truth is that there is more. There is, as far as this local government caretaker is concerned, as far as the conducting of local government election is concerned, there is more to what the eye can see. See, when this whole issue started, it was all about centered in my structure this, my structure that. And if we must tell ourselves the truth as humans, we know the in and out of Nigerian politics. For a governor to annex and get his own structure online, it starts from the local government. It starts from the grassroots. It starts from the ward. It's as simple as ABCD. The former governor don't want Sim Fobara to get his own structure.
Well, that's your opinion.
That is my opinion.
Okay. This structure in the Nigeria context of
it is human being. Human being, you and I is the structure.
It's very easy. You understand? If you really want to build structure, all you need to do is to understand the politics and play in the manner you are expecting.
How can he understand? How can you understand with this political abracadabra that is playing on in River State?
These are all politicians we are discussing, right? We are talking about politicians, people that have been engaging in illegality, people that have been biting people. Do you know that when you were a child, I don't know if you have beaten people before.
I have even bite
immediately you see a teeth coming, you'll be shouting, yeah, I see you are dead. Why? Because he that is biting people don't want to be beaten.
Of course, now that is true now.
These people have been so engaged in illegality, so they are afraid of their own shadow, their own illegality.
And that is the point.
What they are trying to do now is to protect themselves by trying by trying to inform the incumbent governor, please, so this thing that we have been doing legally before, this is our bad way of life, and not that we know this man is still going to go that way. So please let us ambush him now and stop him so that he will do us that thing.
That is not true. That is not true.
That is why this thing appeared in this resolution, because some people, you see, before you call people wearing faction to a round table for discussion, first you must contact them behind the scene. What award is your grievance? This one we state. What are you talk to the other? What award is your grievance? We state them. So you try to harmonize it to see where can you mediate, where can you con me. So in this case, you now bring all for everybody to agree at a junction that this is what we will not do and this one we will not do it. You understand? That is why this thing appeared. The man that have been biting people, he did. Governor Yeso
doesn't want to be beaten. The man that has been biting don't want to be beaten. Let me help you and say it out.
Former Governor Yeso engaged in this illegality. He benefited from it
immensely.
So he's now afraid of his own shadow.
Thank you.
Okay. You understand? He doesn't want to be beaten by how he has been biting people. So in order not to be beaten, so let us just do it this way. You understand? That is what they are doing now to protect themselves. So for me, I am not telling Governor Simfubara, if you so much respect that your seat that you are sitting on, and you have respect for the Nigeria state and her constitution, then don't toe the path of illegality. You can actually build your structure without, fighting the other structure. It's simple logic. It's simple arithmetic. It's simple political calculation. What does it take? Nigerians, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect you, our viewers and Nigerians. Many Nigerians are very gullible. Politically, many are so illiterate. Many are not even interested in what happened. What they are interested in, what can you give to me?
At that immediate point in time.
River State politics to say, I'm telling you today that it is money for hand in the local palace, back for ground. Whatever, if you can patronize me the way I want it, I will support you. And these are the structure. So you can manipulate and play. This fight is even unnecessary in the first place. That is what I said. Those advices Ifubara got it all wrong. He need not to even engage with Yeso Wike before displacing Yeso Wike politically in this. It's simple. Understand the game. Get people who understand it. Play the game. Play the mathematics. There is a rat. I don't know the name for it. That rat, when he comes, if he wants to bite you, first of all, blow you.
It's called Nkapi in my local palace.
You will be enjoying it, thinking that this one has come to do you good. Immediately as you continue to enjoy, we just place the teeth on you. I give you, that it will shatter. That is the politics. You don't need to have, engage in fighting. You can build your structure, learn from your predecessor the way you engage in politics today. And how is it in the Nigeria state? How is it?
How did he?
Okay.
So there are people who are not doing this and they are building their own.
That process that made him what he is today is the same process he don't want the present governor to do.
Well, would you like people to bite you?
Exactly. So the question is left for you to answer. We'll go on a short break. When we'll come back, we'll go to more details.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on Atn Politics today.
Welcome back to ATN Politics. Still with me in the studio is Distinguished Temple and Mr. Emi Fiaha. Now on to Lagos State, and Thursday, the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, made a passionate plea to the people of Silere to vote for the All Progressives Congress. House of Representatives candidate Faoud Laguda in the upcoming by-election in Lagos State, as the campaign trail in Sulere heats up ahead of Saturday by-election. Gbajabiamela's endorsement of Faoud Laguda has raised the bar for the APC candidate with a proven track record of leadership and service in Sulere. Gbajabiamela's endorsement carries weight and holds significant influence among the residents. Okay, now, the Chief of Staff to the President also met people one-on-one to make them see reasons to exercise their franchise on Saturday and cast their votes for the APC flag bearer. He expressed confidence in Laguda being an administrator to take Sulere to greater heights. The rally featured party faithfuls distributing the flyers and handbills and all of that. Now, this brings me to, the case of handpicking when it comes to or influencing the minds of people. Just like you said Nigerians are easily swayed. Now this in this case of Gbajabiamela, from the report, he assured the people of Sulere that the things he has done for them will be nothing compared to what Laguda would do. He was practically swearing for this young man and urged everybody, the constituents, to make sure that they give their vote to the APC. Now, what is your opinion on, this route that the Chief of Staff has decided to take?
First, you must understand why are political parties formed. Political parties are formed in order to galvanize their way to acquire political power. So, and you get that in the constitutional democracy through election, through the ballot. And for you to be in power, it means you must canvass for vote. You must reach out to the people, talk to them, speak to their mind for them to support your party. Because your party wins means you've won. And that is what it's doing. In Lagos State, if you are given a political power, there is always a competition that has been set since 1999. The competition is that you must work. If you don't work, Lagosians ask questions. It's not like a state in the south. Just give us stomach, whatever, you are good to go. Lagosians ask questions. They believe in pragmatism. What are you doing? What have you done with the power that you be wielding? I have been to Gbaja constituency. If you go there, you actually see some of this is on ground. The healthcare, schools, and all that he has built as a person representing that federal constituency. So even defeating Gbaja in that constituency is very difficult. But he has been there. He has been there for a very long time.
He has a good track record.
He has a good track record. Apart from that, he has.
Now, isn't it risky to bring someone and say and promise the same and say this person will do more than I've done? It shouldn't people be left to actually make their choice and see for themselves. Now, do you even have to have someone come speak for you even before contesting? Is it not possible to actually show your potentials one way or the other, or just wait for election and wait for a godfather that is influential to come and speak up for you?
This is politics. In the game of politics, there are always formulas that you must use. An influential person is always leader in the Nigerian context of politics. So you need somebody who will speak for you. And beside that, you don't go to the market with a product and demarket the product now. You want to sell, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you go to the market to promote the product, that this one is better even than the one you have been using, for people to buy the product from you. Traders understand this language. It's applicable to politics. Sometimes there are people you choose. That is why Lagos is making progress, continuous progress. The one that comes now, you will think that this one has done so much. The one that will come after will not do things that we know, that will even cover whatever thing the first one have done. Then the one that will come, this. Now imagine if Governor Zulu have come to Nigerians and say, I was a rector. From a rector, I was appointed the commissioner for infrastructure, resettlement, and this. Please, I want to take over from Shetima. Give me your vote. How many Nigerians will vote in that manner? I tell you, Nigerians don't even, they are not even interested in the track record of candidates. What they are interested in, number one, ethnic sentiment. Number two, religious sentiment. Number three, monetary sentiment. How much do you have to fatten my pocket and my belly this moment? These are the things. So when some people come to tell you, oh, this person, I may sit them down and ask them. They don't even have adequate information about candidate. So you need somebody who will sell, just like Baja did now. So you see what Zulum is doing. Zulum has surpassed his own predecessor, Shetima, in Borno State. So there are people like that. You pick them, you tell them, this one will do more than have done. And actually they will do so. And there are also people you pick. You say this one will do more than have done in terms of improvement. They will not do worse. In fact, they can't even match what you have done. You become a shame. So if the man is saying this one will do better than have done, you try him. If he fails, you hold him responsible.
Okay, so what's your...
let me start from where he stopped. There is no politician you can hold responsible. Where will you see them to hold them responsible? That is number one. You cannot see them anywhere. They are already surrounded with security details, so you can't hold them responsible. Like he mentioned, for me, it baffles me where you come up, someone which you know the office is going to. What is he going there to do? Talk about laws, talk about present bills and move motions that of in the interest of his constituents and Nigerians at large. The last time I checked, in as much as Femi Gbajabiamila, under his reign, tried a lot for his constituents. But that primary responsibility of a legislature must be defined. You cannot continue to deceive people, oh, he's going to bring this, he's going to bring that. As far as the legislature is concerned, they have their functions. The executive have their functions. The judiciary have their functions. Always ensure to spell it out to the people so that they will not, expect heavens and earth on that particular person. And the last time I checked, Femi Gbajabiamila is Femi Gbajabiamila. The young man that is coming on board, for me, he has said that he's an administrator. We have seen administrators that have failed in politics, a lot of them, that has failed in politics. But one thing I want to assure to Femi Gbajabiamila, marketing the candidate of his party, and looking at the way he is projecting him, one thing I want to tell them, always guide them aright. It's very important. It's not all about pushing them to the people. Today, the people will come down, gone to their wards, to their units, and canvass their votes. But you see where a man will boast, oh, I put you there, forgetting that the people voted. He had just one vote. The people in the constituency will make up that vote based on the people that will turn out on Saturday to vote. So for me, let's not continue to push that, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. My major point, define these functions, what he's going there to do. He will nominate projects. It's as simple as ABCD. Even without the man coming, or Femi and all the rest of them, Desmond Elliott, that is even representing that particular constituency in the state, has also made his own point. How the people should vote for him. That they are going to team up together to make sure they bring nothing but good dividends of democracy to them. So the point here, as I always say, ensure we define it. For me, Lagos State should be the state that should benefit when you come to Nigerian politics now.
Well, you talked about Desmond Elliott. Yesterday, he was, making rounds in social media because he has been the House of Assembly member representing Sulere. And, after he comes during the elections, and after the elections, he goes MIA. And yesterday, he came out with, mini perfumes just because of this cause, giving people. And they were like, how? You just came to give us perfumes and you're asking us to vote for this person and you're promising us heaven and earth. Where have you been?
That is the question. That is the same question we are asking.
No. That is, see, first, let us get something correct. Then I will just dive into this one. Do you know why we have periodic election ensuring our constitution?
Okay.
You know why? There is a specific reason. It's for accountability and means to holding your government responsible. If somebody, see, the Nigerian constitution stipulates 4 years, right?
Yes.
So within that 4 years, as citizens, informed citizens, determined citizens, if you have somebody representing you, whether as an executive or a legislature, you have the time to hold him responsible at the ballot. If you can't reach him because of his orderlies, leave him. What you need to do, you employ other means, like the one you are doing now, by raising the awareness of the people toward the responsibility and functions of that person. When the people are so informed, so it is expected of the people to make that their political decision on the ballot.
Exactly.
That is where you hold them responsible. If they have done well, you give them the pass mark by completing for them. If they are done badly, you vote them out. By that means you hold them responsible.
But in Nigerian politics, we have seen people who have done, as in who has failed their constituents woefully, but they are still
there because the people want it to be so.
No,
see, let me tell you.
I disagree.
You will disagree because we are not going into the nitty-gritty of politics sometimes. We don't really have the time. Do you know you can't ring election if the election is not ring at the polling unit?
Of course.
Now, so
going
can
back to
we
that
just...
Desmond, let me just fly. Going back to that Desmond. See, let me tell you. You see, the demand of the people is actually part of the force or forces that pushes our government officials and public to go into stealing, looting of public resources. Because the expectation of the people is always wide.
And
they want you, I'm coming, sorry. They will want you to do something that ordinarily is not within your jurisdiction.
Exactly.
They want money from you. They want you to pay their school fees, children's school fees. They want to marry a new wife. They want you to bring the money. They want to buy car. They want to bring the money. They want to do birthday party. They want to bring the money. So as a man who is elected, your salary maybe is 500,000. And if you put all this demand together, they are accumulated to 500,000, maybe 5 million naira. Where will you get the money from? And if you are coming, say, hey, wait till you don't do, ooh, they will be booing your kind of thing. So you don't want this kind of situation. You go into public office, you now add 0 to 0 or 1, you subtract your mind, just to loot. You loot, you take back to the society. The people will now hail you, give you chieftaincy title, put you at the front seat in the church, celebrate you the mosque, community celebrate you as a happening guy.
Now,
so by that, the resources that are meant for building refinery, building a hospital, building schools, will be looted at that. Some people will come complaining. Why will you make demand of a lawmaker to that extent? You expect him to be
It's wrong.
Okay. Our time is fast spent. Now let's quickly look at Adamawa State ahead of the by-election. INEC officials take oath of neutrality ahead of the by-election. Now, when I saw this story, I asked myself one question that I'm going to ask you now. INEC is a body that, is supposed to hold credible elections. And how did we get to this state, to this situation that, we'll have to make them swear an oath over and over again just to have credible elections in Nigeria? Isn't that their duty in the first place?
But this thing they are doing for me, I'm just laughing. It's kangaroo. Doesn't make sense to me because this is Nigeria. We go to church carrying Bible every Sunday, every day. We go to mosque carrying Quran. We swear by the Quran. We swear even in the marketplaces. Yet our attitude remains unchanged. We cheat people. We lie. We dupe. We do all these things. Is it saying this oath now that we make them? We change their character suddenly? These are Nigerians living in Nigeria. Bathing with the corruption water, swimming in the corruption ocean, eating in the corruption table. These are people who want corner marking as miracle. Where you do corruption, you go and give testimony as miracle. He celebrated, he say have a very wonderful testimony for corruption. And you ask them now to come and conduct which election. What we need to do is to change our attitude. Okay,
so distinguished, what's your take on this oath of neutrality?
Looking at the oaths on their own part, they are as in 100% wrong. INEC is the electoral empire. There is an act governing them on how elections should be conducted. INEC, to them, they told us they are independent. Then a man who is independent, coming to perform your duty, do you need to take an oath to say that whatever I'm going to do here is of nothing but of my best ability. The INEC, they are getting it wrong. Even for the fact they are taking an oath, it shows that INEC has already shown some level of bias, a hidden bias in their nature. Previously. And nothing will change
this
now.
Might be like when the administration of Renewed Hope. This might be part of the Renewed Hope agenda.
There is nothing like, as far as INEC is concerned, if they can, if I will say it, last election they promised us heaven and earth. Even the election, they said they are going to be transmitted, and all the rest of them waited and nothing happened. But for them now coming to take an oath, I don't know which of the would I say the Amadoha they used. Because if they have used Amadoha in taking this oath, probably there would have been some level of fear in the mind of the INEC officials that looking at this Amadoha I'm using to take this oath, if I do anything contrary,
so you
there will be consequences.
You suggest that the oath should be taken
with an Amadoha. With Nigeria have gone to the situation that we should leave the Quran, we should leave the Bible, begin to adopt that Amadoha
traditional method.
Whether we call it traditional method, what I know is Amadoha.
This is as far as we can actually.
System are run by people.
The attitude of Nigeria. See, even that employment letter or being an ad hoc staff in INEC, that is an oath already. So taking another oath on this, it shows that your character is very,
because at the verge of taking an oath as INEC rec or this or that, the oath has been already been ministered to you. So what is the essence of taking another oath now? To show us that you are coming to do another abracadabra, to show us that you are going to manipulate the process, to show us that the people's vote will not count. So what are they telling me?
Oh, well, we hope to find out after the by-election on Saturday. Thank you so much, Mr. Amy and Distinguished Temple, for joining me on ATN Politics. And in case you are there, you can also follow up on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Now, do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Cherry Davis.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought a very family.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourables,
you human
on the point of order.
Honourables,
They are not picking our calls. They made up their mind.
So no agreement with the EU, but